Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Sid Meier's Civilization VII with Jose Rizal and the Chola Empire. We're starting a brand new era in the Exploration Age. So, when I hear a lot of Civ VII content creators talk about their favorite ages, a lot of them pick Antiquity. It's Exploration Age for me. I love the idea of finding new civilizations. I love the idea of finding new lands, new resources. It's just a lot of fun for me. Um, and in case you missed last episode, because we're playing as the Chola, we're going to have a pretty powerful navy, so that's the thing we're going to want to consider. So Exploration Age has begun. Whee! Alright, so these are my legacies. If you've never played Civ 7 before, you might be wondering what the hell's a legacy. Because we achieve certain goals in the previous scenario, we get certain attributes, certain abilities that are pretty beneficial. +2 to resettlement limit right out of the gate is actually pretty strong. I see no reason not to take that. So you'll notice now I had 2 there, now I don't. I have a wild card. I would like to get a bit more militaristic, so my wild card point on that. For purple, I pick either diplomatic or cultural. Let's go diplomatic. Silk Road's Golden Age. This is actually really strong. Normally, when you start a new era, anything with a city turns back into a town. It lets you keep them as a city. Amazing. And I will take an economic attribute point. I have 3 science. So this makes academies permanent. But I can't select it. Oh, I don't think I built any academies, maybe. Maybe. I get +11 science plus an attribute point. I think I'd actually rather have 3 attribute points, to be honest with you. I don't think +11 to science makes a big difference, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't do it 3 times. Why not? That's a bummer. If I can't do it 3 times, then I will just take collective knowledge, and we'll be happy with it. So there we go. So this means all my cities stay cities, which is pretty great. Yeah. Amina has 3 city/settlements. We see 2 of them in Adulis, and we're right next door to Koloe, which is their capital. Very nice. We're gonna make some production decisions now. So a bazaar for 7 gold sounds like a pretty great start to me. No, so overbuilding, something happens with new eras. In this case, the garden's going to go away. We're going to lose the benefits from that, but because it's from previous era anyway, it doesn't matter anyway. We've already lost that ability. So we will happily build that. Matara town is not connected to my trade network. We will fix that momentarily here. We're going to slot in some camels. So notice that all the bonuses also change. So distant lands mean anything that isn't on your home continent. We're just gonna load up all this stuff here. Axum can have happiness and production. And then our lovely city here can enjoy some happiness. Isn't it really low on happiness? Not really. Okay. Alright, so Matara Town, we need to find Matara Town. I hate it when I misplace my cities. Here it is. Give me a fishing quay, please. And now we have access, which is what I really wanted to make sure that we had. We have some scouts, but we're definitely going to want more of them. But we first need to unlock the technology to go through open ocean. That's our very first step here. So we're going to choose a technology. How do we get through open ocean, I ask you? It's cartography, so we're going to start with that. Pick a civic. Let's look at this tree here. What are my fancy Chola civics? What do they do here? I get access to an early wonder, which is pretty great. It's easier to improve trade relations. Mastery increases resource capacity. That's pretty solid. Kanakam, I get money uh, for using diplomatic action, which is pretty sweet. Cheaper naval units. And monsoon winds, we get some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I think we want to rush down this. Maybe not rush down it. But I guess the real question is, what do we want to target here? So for military, we really want settlements in the distant lands, specifically. So religion is what enters into the game in the Exploration Age. I haven't really messed with religion a lot. Maybe this is going to be the playthrough that I do. I think Treasure Fleet is a good one to pick up. Let me go ahead and tag all of them just so we can keep an eye on them. But military is what I want to go for. I want to try to get a military victory this time around. Alright. Picking a civic. I think merchants are really important. Normally I would rush for Nagaram, and I still think that might be a good choice, but I think economics is better. Plus I have maritime law. I can build my navy faster. That's going to be pretty important here. We're going to push pretty hard in science. Now, I did fall behind pretty drastically in culture last turn. That may be something we want to fix. Alright, we're going to pick cheaper buildings. I'm going to pick free war support. We'll be able to get out of wars faster. Economic. +2 for every tech completed is pretty great. Diplomatic. Let me make it easier to support or reject diplomatic actions. Now, I do have 2 wildcard points. One's going to go into another social policy slot. I don't really care about military. This doesn't interest me that much. Plus in science per resource is pretty great. Cheaper, better cost for head buildings I think is a little bit stronger, so we'll take that. And that's that done. We have some more production to decide upon, which is fine. Those are now gaining culture, which is pretty great. Let's get another bazaar. I can add the final social policy spot, and I get to command my units. So when you start a new era, you basically get military equivalents from that era. This army commander has nobody with him, which is a little embarrassing. I'm just going to keep him Mariusa right now. I'm going to skip his turn. Alright, Heavy Archer, we 100% want to keep here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in wake mode. We have a swordsman. I definitely want to protect our territory to begin with. A swordsman again. Even more swordy than before. A heavy archer. So fortify is what we're going to pick there. Where are all of my scouts? Oh, did I lose them because they're unique units? Probably. Alright. Let's... Oh, right. Scouts don't actually help that much right now, do they? They don't. Okay. I get to pick my government for this round here. So these are the bonuses that we get. I kind of like feudal monarchy if we're wanting to keep our military strong, but food is kind of not as good as other options here. Culture is always good, but I think we will actually go ahead and take feudal monarchy. We'll try that one out. My army commander has no army, so that's going to be something we're going to deal with here. Tikal, kindly build me a heavy archer. No, that seems silly. I'm just going to put you to sleep for right now. And then we will build up an army as time progresses. Let me get this, because the most likely person who want to attack me is going to be Amina. Oh, you both want to be my pals again. Ada Lovelace and Simon Bolivar are both my pals forever, which is great. We do get some new independent city-states. But it's also more expensive to get them to be your friends. So that is a thing that we'll need to consider. There's nobody directly bordering me, which is good to see. I actually wouldn't mind getting a settler and settling over here. This seems actually pretty beneficial. But I can't buy a settler. I don't know why. Why can I not purchase a settler? Are they just too expensive, maybe? Oh, true. Am I an idiot? Maybe. Oh, they're just really expensive. Understood. Okay. Alright, let's end our turn here.
The map was a model for, rather than a model of, what it purported to represent.
So now we know that we can travel. And this is gigantic. We want astronomy pretty desperately because it's necessary to get our special naval commander. It gets us observatories for more science. It's something we need for our various paths. I'm all about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just called the Pro Gamer Move, and I'm going to go ahead and head over here to Zunan Tunich, and we're going to buy ourselves a Kalam. Oh, this is just a city. We're still going to buy the Kalam. I don't want to have to overthink it. Coursers are just general cavalry. I see. Alright. So next turn we'll have a Bodhi Chum that can start sailing to the west. Just as in real life, the world is round. Sorry, flat earthers. A war for additional food would be pretty tasty. But I think I want to scout. Because we want to be able to start finding a new home for ourselves, right? That is a thing that interests us. So go ahead and sail out to the west. Not a lot to do at this point in the game. It will get more interesting as we start spending our resources appropriately. I do want a settler. I want to settle a settlement over here. That'll help out quite a bit. I could build another Kalam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick Scout. Not Scout. That's the wrong choice. Sorry. I'm going to pick Settler. And then I'm going to choose another Kalam. I want to get this navy online as fast as possible. Because that's going to be our main source of combat strength in this one. And then you're just going to head on over to here.
There exists beyond the world a void without a terminal limit. 1,000 worlds beyond this world.
So we've unlocked a fancy Wonder, the Observatory, and we've unlocked the Otru, which is pretty great. You like a cultural exchange, would you? I'm not going to do it because I want to spend my 240 befriending a settlement, so I will take the lower tier ability here. And then we're going to scoot on over to Thong Long here, and we're going to... Oh, it's 340. So we're actually a ways away from pulling that off. The next tech we really want to push for is the one that lets you sail without taking damage. It's shipbuilding. So we're going to beeline for that. Starting to go machinery, then feudalism, then heraldry, then shipbuilding. So it's a few turns away, but it's still there. And we're going to go ahead and pick the naval expansion one. I don't have another policy to choose, so we just hit continue. And what are we going to build here in Zunan Tunich? I mean, an observatory is a pretty great start, but we don't have a good source of happiness. That is a critical consideration as we decide what to build. A saw pit is just objectively not as good as a stone cutter. I don't know why you're... I guess you build it faster. I suppose that's a thing. I guess that's true. Let me get a fishing K. I think it's always important to be able to connect things to your trade network, so we'll build that. I should be investing in my own towns and cities, so let's start doing that. Oh, I can get a cheap city here for 450 gold. That feels like a good decision. Feels like a really good decision. Let's do it. And now I get to build whatever I want. You've got lots and lots of happiness, so I think an observatory here makes a ton of sense. If I put it here, it's gonna bulldoze the farm. I can build it on the water. Oh, this is a plains tile. I see. Yes, let's do that. That pleases me. Okay, so this is like kind of an explorer type. It can only move one space in rough seas, and we have no idea where port might be found. We're gonna go there because it's a free goodie hut. Okay, yes, I'm aware. The seas are dangerous. That's why we need multiple columns. That's pretty important, actually. Zunon Tunich. I can't afford it. I can't afford to do anything. I need a way to start building up happiness. Let me go and build a stone cutter here. We can get some production, so we'll be more useful in future turns. I can repair my ship and get a boost to the early sale technology. Yes, we'll do that.
My wits and thoughts about shapes and figures, and I arranged these shapes one by one.
So we get machinery, which is pretty sweet. We can get catapults. And it also repaired my ship, which is by far the more important thing here. The scout here... Okay, there is a tile here of some description. This is still homelands. By the way, thank you for Axis for adding the little tooltip there. Under Antarctica, it says homelands. That wasn't in the game always, and it made it very difficult to forget if you'd actually achieved distant lands. So, thank you for that, my gamey chum. Alright, we got a coast here. So we know that there is something over here. And we're gonna make our way over there. For sure. Kindly give me your super site. We have revealed something because it made the little ding-a-ling sound, but I don't know what that was. Oh, it's this right there. It's this coastal edifice. Okay. Is that like a typhoon? It's Category 4 hurricane, but it's headed to the southwest. That's... Wow, okay. I do have enough this time. I'm gonna go ahead and take a lesser science boost. And Thang Long, be my friend, please. Alright, Kalam, if that is your real name. Head this way. Scouts aren't ideal for actually scouting the ocean, but... Wak Cob I would like to make even more money. So we'll build it there. Next to the observatory, that's pretty cool. Okay, now we get our full range movement. It's because we're out of rough seas, so we can do something like this. So we're now officially in distant lands, which is pretty cool. And we're going to want a settlement here as quickly as possible, but that might not happen until we get the appropriate technology. Because right now, any kind of unit that we try to move out here might be in serious danger. I don't know that a settlement can actually make... I don't know that a settler can actually make it. Alright. So you, settler, on the other hand... You can easily come over to here. You're gonna go right over there. Remember, we want a lot of settlements in distant lands. That's a pretty important feature of our military campaign. You are pretty badly damaged. Let's go and have you heal. Has my scalp been destroyed? That's all I care about. So the obvious initial distant settlement is going to be right here. I just don't know if it can make it. I have so much money, I should be investing in my town settlements, shouldn't I? I want Axum to be quite strong. So let's start investing here. Let me buy a stonecutter. Put it there. Let me buy a courser to add into our army. And over here in Tikal, let me go ahead and buy a granary to get you some more food. We'll put that right there. There we go. Money burning a hole in my pocket. Alright, this town now gets to grow. I wouldn't mind trying to get over here to the fish. I'm already at the cotton. I can't get to the pasture, I don't think. Happiness here is fine. Let me get more food. So let me take this one. And that'll open up to fish here eventually as a resource that we can claim. Alright, we just built a Kalam. I probably want to actually build my Atru now. And as for you, you still need happiness. We all need happiness on this blessed day. Go ahead and give me a settler. Let's start building a settler here. I'll probably put it to sleep until we've gotten our appropriate technologies, but you can come on over to here. Let's get you added into an army. I want you to sleep for now until we get our new naval commander. I could protect the top fish to make it fish, or I can get some happiness. I will make this an award here. Is anything here actually a treasure resource? No. Oh, that's not true. Spices definitely is. This is actually probably a very important city site for us. So we're going to definitely consider that.
The king established all his knights, gave them lands, and charged them to give mercy.
We need happiness in a lot of our settlements. That is huge. Go ahead and get onto land and rest up. Yeah, we want to get our treasure fleet started nice and early. And so there's a lot of consideration to...
Wealth circulates like blood, hearts partake.
So now we've got merchants, which is pretty great. Let's take piety. We want to start pushing towards getting a religion as well. You just built a bazaar, now go ahead and build an inn. We're gonna lose the farm. That doesn't matter to me. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think it did that before. Where you get to, like, re-kajigger things. That's very welcome. Give me the 3 food and 2 happiness there. A trade opportunity. Understood. I need merchants first, though. Hey, Wak Karnal, build me a merchant. Or buy me a merchant, excuse me. They're only 160 gold each. Let's go nuts. Let's buy all of the merchants. Actually, T-Call, can you... Yes, you can buy a merchant. There you go. Well, I guess by nuts I mean buy 2 merchants, but... we definitely take maritime law, 100%. Yeah, I think if we can wait, I think this is the ideal spot to get started on. We want to get the treasure fleet nice and early. It's good money. It helps us with some of our... It helps us with some of our, our objectives. Okay, Bach has crazy amounts of happiness. This is the perfect place to go ahead and construct another observatory. And I think we put this guy here. I'll rebuild it over the altar. We'll do that. Alright, to merchant you, friend. Off you go. Let me have you sail over to my new fleet commander. And if you could just... Why can I not add... Oh, I can. Bloop. So fleet commanders work exactly the same as army commanders. They work exactly the same as other commanders. It's just a way for you to move lots of ships. Plus, because it's an Otru, I could rename it if I wanted to. I could name it Bill. It's got a bonus to movement, which is pretty handy. You can't go to Rome, but you can go to Carthage. Because I plan on eventually murdering. Murdering. Amina. We don't want to make too many close relationships with her. Here's some dyes. I never understood why dyes aren't a trade resource, but I guess that's okay. Jade. This continent is very enticing. Because this isn't in my territory, the scout will heal, but it'll take a very long time. We're here now. Let's found a settlement. Madurai, I suppose. I will take reduced happiness if it means I get shit tons of culture. Absolutely, I will. Give me some ivory. And because we don't have a fishing cay, it's not connected to my network, we're going to quickly pop over here. Oh, I can't build one. Oh, because I don't have any coastal tiles yet. Right. Give me a brickyard, please. And a saw pit. Let's get your production stepped up, which means more money, which is good. You give me some science. Thank you, Thang Long. That's very kind of you. And then you can go back for another nap. One of the meta issues with Civ VII right now is that cavalry is just almost always the best choice. They need a little bit of rebalancing, in my opinion. Oh, there's a hostile settlement here. We can have a little bit of combat as a treat.
But do you have a flag?
So we have knights, and we have man-at-arms, which are upgraded exploration units, and we can build a wonder with 3 relic slots in it. Neat. Let's build the inn now. And we can put it over the altar, that's fine. Okay, so here's our second settler. This is really challenging. I want it to get over to here. But I don't want to lose the settler for nothing, right? Like, that would be disastrous. I'm gonna have it travel over to there. We're only 9 tack away from getting shipbuilding, which means we're not that far from being able to travel anywhere we want. Okay, stop attacking me, that's rude. And that's why you die. Because you deserve it. Go ahead and build here, please. No, I'm not rushing any resources. Clams are the closest one, or pearls, rather. Those are pretty handy. I do like those. Let's do that. Divodorum, would you be so kind as to build yourself a stone cutter? There we go. I can now grow my town. Amazing. Let's take this one. Let's get some wine. That's pretty great. I trigger another celebration. Let's get some food. Have any social policies? Okay, Bach is losing money. So, while happiness is great, the fact that we're not making money leads me to believe we need to maybe invest in something else. Is this a time to build a wonder? Is this a time to build a real monastery? Yes. Yes, it is. And let's put that out here in the boonies. There we go. As for you, we could build a wharf. It'll give me food, and I can assign more resources to it. That's pretty tasty. That's pretty good. I do need more ships. So I think there's a heavy consideration to going ahead and building another Kalam. Oh no, 9/11. There's a consideration for building a Knigget. There's a consideration for building a catapult. I think another Kalam. I think we just invest heavily into the Navy. I think that's a good idea. Oh, what's the matter? You can't fight back because you have stupid swords? Losers. I've got a fair bit of cash. Let me pop on over to my army here. And we're gonna upgrade our courser to a knight. To a surly English Knigget.
I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha.
Temples are very, very important for us. We're gonna go ahead and hit okay. We're gonna change policies, actually. We're gonna add on commune. Probably commune, actually. I will happily take additional culture. I'm kind of weak in culture, so getting a little boost, that is pretty tasty. I can pick my own civic now. I think Nagaram is really strong. I think that's a good one to pick up. Inspiration is nice too. It does help us build wonders, which I find pretty appealing, but I think I want to get towards those bonuses, and I especially like the Managarmam to help us get more happiness and money. So we're gonna research that now. I'm gonna shoot you in the face. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it again. Because I can attack twice because it is the Kalam. That was fun. Alright, we can now build a thing. Let's build a temple. We do definitely want to build a temple here. We're gonna build it right here. I mean, building it over the altar, it just feels, like, thematically appropriate, right? Dead swordsman. And here is Canal. Can I befriend them? I can in a couple of turns. I think it's exactly what I do. 100%. Kalam, make your way over to here, please. I can grow my town. This is just objectively an amazing tile, so we're gonna go ahead and grab it. Let me build a temple here. I have exactly enough to start befriending, Kanamanu, or Kanauj? Something? Let's get some Kowlin and put it here, I guess. Alright, the scout is finally completely healed. We're gonna want to scoot over to this ruin here and get some free stuff. Free stuff is good. We like free stuff. Oh yeah, this is the definite place that we're gonna go ahead and build our city. 100%. Alright, sail back over here, please. We no longer take damage readily because... Oh no, we will once we research shipbuilding. I get a city-state bonus here. Nice. I get a monastery, which gives science and happiness if it follows my religion. Okay, I'm listening. I think free pop is pretty great, but free tech is even better. We're gonna take free tech.
I worked my wits and thoughts about shapes and figures, and I arranged these shapes one by one.
I thought we had machinery. Oh, that might be a mastery, actually. It might be a machinery mastery, maybe. I can't risk you being killed. You're too important to my economic engine, so I'm just gonna have you taken out. And now we've got ourselves a lovely trade route. We'll take some dye and send it to... Zunon Tunich. Go ahead and eat it. And now I've got some really nice resources here. We actually don't have enough room for them all. What does wild game do? It's plus food and towns. That's pretty great. Let's just get a comical amount of food there. And then let's go ahead and add pearls. We are flush with cash. I have a Kalam coming from there. If I buy one more Kalam, this commander is full. I could also just build a temple for free. I mean, I guess it's not for free. I'm paying money for it, but you know what I mean. And then buy Kalam. That's a very good... Okay, we get to make the first religion in the game. We like boats, right? Boats are pretty important. Let's pick this one with the fish. We'll call it, I don't know. Fishism. Sure. We get to add our new belief. So this is an important benefit. So whenever you convert a city state, you get +2 relics. +2 to convert another capital city. +1 for converting another civilization stuff. If you convert a wonder, you get +2. So Brahmanism is going to top out at only getting +6 relics, because there's only 3 other people. But I still think that's better than most. Let me do Koroan. They're going to want to build... Oh, hang on. It has at least 10 rural or 10 urban population. There's going to be more towns than cities in the game. We're going to take lay followers. I get to add a belief. Okay. Every foreign settlement, I just get +4 happiness. +2 gold. +4 gold for every settlement that follows my religion. Done. Absolutely done. And then, so we're going to want to buy a missionary as soon as we can. Let me just remind myself. So we're going to want to convert towns as much as possible to get free relics. So that is going to be our goal here. This is just better, right? Like, this is just the best possible tile, although dyes are pretty good too. Ivory also has production, which is pretty sweet. I don't have enough influence, so I will take your +4 science. Okay, we got some money now. So, Adulis is... Are you a city or are you a town? How can I tell? That's not what I'm looking for, but... I think you can only build missionaries in a place with a temple, so let me go here to you. Purchase. Oh, can I not buy missionaries? Is that not permitted? Or are they just too expensive? Bro, I don't even see missionaries here. Oh, maybe they just can't be purchased at all. Yeah, maybe they just can't be purchased. Yeah, here you go. I'm going to queue up a missionary. We're going to want to get that rolling too. That's rude as heck.
If shipbuilding art were in the wood, ships would exist by nature.
Okay, we can upgrade our columns. That's going to be huge. Yes, this was all crucial. Oh, we're definitely going to build here for the expedition base. So here's my big issue. I don't have a very big army. We're going to rely pretty heavily on the Navy to get our jobs done here. Kindly upgrade, please. We might just be a little bit more passive in this particular war. I don't feel any compelling desire to rush out until my fleet is ready. Because we're going to be a very navally based hard. Let's go ahead and get dyes. I get a brand new tech. Shipbuilding just gives me flat combat strength. I think that's pretty good. I think we can get through it pretty quickly too. Let's do it. A defenseless settlement. Where is that? Matara. I thought Matara had a unit. Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm assuming that my friends will declare war on them any day now. Yes, Simón Bolívar has already declared war. Alright, we now have to... As much as I would love to start building missionaries, we need to start building up our army. And that's going to be knights. Knights offer the most power... It's going to be all military all the time until we're in better shape here. Shipyard would be nice. I'm not opposed to a shipyard. Maybe actually we do get a shipyard. Maybe that is a bit smarter here. That might be a smart investment. And now everyone's at war with Amina. I get money or I get culture? I will take culture, please. Alright, you. Get over here. Please join the Otru party. And then let's set sail. Let's fuck some shit up. Now, I don't remember whether you can take settlements with... I don't remember... I can never remember which ones, just go ahead and rest until healed, I guess. I cannot recall whether you can take settlements with all naval vessels or only specific ones. There's been espionage. Amina, that is rude as heck. Give me a man-at-arms, actually. You can't fortify during your first turn, but that's okay. Ooh, we've discovered Shugor. It's also a trade resource, you can tell because of the purple symbol there. We've attacked Matara. Why would you do such a thing? What have I ever done to you except, you know, try to kill you and everyone that you've never known? Yeah, this is a really rich continent here. We're definitely going to want to try to take it over as soon as possible. Alright, guys. Enough fucking around. Oh, I can upgrade something. Let's do a quick upgrade. Can I still move? I can still move. So we're going to come down to here. And then I will deploy. There we go. Construct a city, please. Now, we instantly are going to gain a settlement there, which is pretty cool. So, we need to rush a fishing key, because this is what's going to trigger the ability to do ancient settlements, or to start making treasure fleets. Alright, Scout. So we really want to build a city right here, too. That would be pretty great.
Swifter than the monsoon rains, I hurry home, thinking only of you.
It's adorable. So we get the managram. The managramom, sorry. The world awaits the Chola. Yes, this is just an amazing tile. Theology gives me an extra belief in a relic, and it makes my missionaries more powerful. I think that makes sense. I think theology is very smart. Okay, so I need this thing too, okay. Okay, I'm learning from my lesson here, right? I don't want to build somewhere where there's something that is permanent. So we're going to build it right here. Alright, you are going to attack their city. You are going to kill their infantry. What? Okay. We've got a neat little blockade happening here. Go ahead and sail over to here so you can level up. Okay. We really need to start establishing things here so we can take this settlement over.
If shipbuilding art were in the wood, ships would exist by nature.
Alright. We can expand our town here. Let's do exactly that. I can grow a city. Here's good. Alright. We're wanting to learn education, which I think means that to start with guilds. Castles get us crossbowmen, which is pretty strong. We can start building walls, but I think we want education. So I think we do guilds and then education. So we'll go with that. I could focus this town. I don't think I'm going to. I think I just build a temple. Alright, let's hammer the city. Oh, I forgot I wanted to move the commander up. That was a mistake. Oh wait, you guys can all attack again because of your special ability. Okay. Nice. Let's get you promoted up. I want to eventually have... Yes, I want logistics. Give me, I guess, +1 gold, maybe? Because this is the one I actually want. That's one that I actually want. Alright, so there's nothing there. Can I take the city with a ship? Yes, I can. Amazing. I could burn the city. It's not a very good one, but I think I'll just take it instead. I'll just capture it. There we go. Alright, let's get everybody moved. There you go. And we're just going to regain the ships, the fleet here. Well, you're attacking Axum with this infantry. It's not going too well, is it? Skip your turn, please. Skip your turn, please. Okay, just heard the sound of a goody hut. Where are you, my goody hut friend? I don't see it. My scout's also in terrible danger. I don't have any kind of military over there, so that's something else to consider. The other thing we really need to start doing is we need to... Okay, why are we not getting a treasure fleet? Okay, where can I tell how long it takes to make a treasure fleet? Is it because it doesn't count as coastal? Is that a stupid thing that exists now? No, you're coastal. Yeah, you're coastal. Like, maybe I just had to take that... Okay, let me see here. Because treasure fleets are not obvious. This is about the unit. I don't care about the unit. I care about the concept. Okay, build a fishing quay connected by water to my homeland and improve the treasure fleet resources. If I've got shipbuilding, after some time it will spawn. Okay. Okay. I guess maybe it just takes some time, maybe? Um, upgrade, please? Well, no shit. It's an enemy fleet. Don't be stupid, game. And then let's slurp up my navy here, and then let's keep moving. Things I don't even really want your settlement, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, yeah, eat that guy too. How much is it? Oh, I can't build any units there? Okay, well, fine. Go ahead and sleep until awakened for now. Actually, no, that's not true. Don't do that. Wake up. I want you to keep sailing around and seeing what other resources we can discover. That's important. How long until you're my pal? Let me chuck in 200 influence. Because once we're besties... Ooh, the Rizal Monastery.
But in perfect poverty, denial of will, and boundless humility.
Nice. That's a really fancy looking building. Cool. Go ahead and keep searching, please. My children need wine. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna sail over towards Kaloa. So if we go over the settlement limit, we are gonna start losing happiness. We need to get some sort of techniculture that helps us improve that. Give me food, please. And I don't have a policy, so that's fine. I think the war is going well enough that I don't have to invest in it right now. The Managramam. Oh, I need the second level of that? I see. So I want to build this in somewhere that doesn't have anything else. We will go over here. Alright, my knightly friend. If you would kindly make your way over here. Tea? Amazing. Okay, how can I see what my progress is for the treasure fleet? Maybe I'm just dumb, and I don't know how to read. Horses are not for treasure fleets. Nice. You would also give me Gao? How about Abdulis? I don't really want another settlement right now, but honestly, I do want the war to be over with, so I will take it. Yeah.
The master and apprentice love the master in different ways.
I get guilds. I get to expand this lovely town. Let's do this. Choose production. I do want to get some culture. Culture sounds lovely, actually, but also money and influence is pretty tremendous. Let's do that. I have all these resources I can't actually use. That's not true. Adulis, how about some happiness? And some more happiness. Oh, wait, he just said it there. I'm a potato. Yes. In 2 turns, I'll have a treasure fleet. Amazing. We definitely want to keep expanding. We want to get as many distant lands as possible. It's crucial for us to get our military victory path done. Scoutford, if you'd kindly scout. Okay. It keeps making little ringing bell that says, like, there's some sort of resource. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Hey, Scout. Head over that direction when you're done. We need a settler. We need a settler to keep investing in the distant lands. Building one right here is going to eventually be really strong. I don't recall whether it can take a river out, but we're definitely going to try it. So Zunan Tunich, if you'd be so kind as to purchase a settler, that would be delightful. And we have unlocked some religion stuff, which is pretty good. The sutter hath come direct from God. I will take a curse. We definitely want to push as fast as southwest as possible. We want to try to get in this other die to make this a little bit better. And I get to add another belief. Let's take Stella Maris, because this gives all naval units more movement. That's just really strong. I could also pick Conversion, but I like Stella Maris a little bit better for the theme here. Alright, I would love to increase my settlement limit. I also do want to get Nagarum too, so I think we do that instead. But we want to start keeping our eyes open for that. Yeah, we want to build somewhere where there isn't anything else, or it can be overbuilt. Right there looks good. Understood. And we'll take evangelism. Alright, settler. You have to come over... Here is actually pretty good. It's only a couple tiles away from both horses and from T. I think here's a little bit better, because it gets us within the 2T much faster. So let's do that. Alright, missionaries. Let's go try to convert Rome. We've got some dyes, right? Spices are pretty good. I'm wondering what doesn't actually spawn any extra civilizations if you only have a hard limit of 4. Here's our first treasure fleet. All we've got to do is... Does it have to go back to the capital? This has to get to a homeland settlement. There we go. Sail away, my treasury friend. Do we do a bit of exploring? Maybe. I don't want to go too far from home, though. I want to be in a position where I can hit people pretty strongly if I have to. How long until we're the best of friends? Kanuj. I can invest a little bit more stuff in there. I think this is a great place to end this episode. We're off to a great start. It's a bit of a slow one. I would have loved to have had more settlements in the distant lands by now. But we're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. And the more that we keep developing, the better off that we'll be. There's still a whole bunch of land to explore. Like, all this in here is completely unknown to us. So we definitely want to make sure that we're building lots of ships and sending them out to the far corners of the universe. I'm going to quickly do a little bit of building here. I want to get more food in here, and I want to get a temple. Because we want this to grow as fast as possible, so we can eventually grab in this spices here to give us a second treasure fleet point. Because right now, whenever we are looking at the correct thing, which is not right now, nope, I've hit every button except the one I wanted, which is resource allocation here. Currently, it takes 7 turns to get a treasure fleet, so we'd like to get more fleets, and we'd like to make them more powerful. So that's definitely a consideration for the future. Until next time, my friends, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.